Good Gym guys. We come to you 12:30 every day, every weekday to talk about your health, your in terms of your exercise, mindset, nutrition, and your recovery. Today Rachel's with us. We're going to be drinking some coffee. If you want to follow Rachel on Instagram, social media, Facebook, what is it? At Rise Coffee
Rise
IC.
Coffee. What?
Is it IC at the end?
Yeah.
At Rise Coffee IC. But she's going to show you how she does coffee. And
Is it ready yet?
No, it's not ready. So we're going to have a timer going off here in just a little bit. And
because it's a French press.
Because it's a French press. So you do French presses just a little bit different. And I actually started doing French press before you were around. That was like 10 years ago because it was cheap. Did you know that?
Why is it so cheap? Just because you don't need a...
Because a French press costs like 15
machine?
bucks, and I thought that a coffee machine costs a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Well, it is cheap, I guess.
Yeah. What was funny was that I thought that a coffee machine costs a lot of money, and they're just dirt cheap too. But so I got a French press, and then Rach came along with the knowledge on how to do all the coffee stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, well I was doing it wrong this whole time, and now the coffee tastes a lot better. Crazy, huh? But today we're going to be talking about the opposite of what I usually am, and the opposite of what most people are, and something that I don't really do really well that Rachel does extremely well, and that's one of the points of the health topic, right? Because it's nutrition, exercise. Like most people kind of they're like, oh yeah, we need those, we need nutrition, we need exercise to be healthy.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, positive thoughts are great, but mindset is this. We're just scratching the surface of that sucker. And then there's recovery that people don't want to pay attention to at all. They don't want to acknowledge their stress levels. They don't want to, like, even if they did relax, they think they want to relax, but even if they did, it would feel so abnormal, so crazy, so like uncomfortable that they'd want to escape from it and shake from it right away. But the interesting thing is that you are like a pro.
Am I?
You're like a pro at relaxing.
I didn't know.
Well, better than me. But imagine that, guys. Like, how many of you guys out there actually think that, like, I'm super good at relaxing? Like, I'm terrible. And usually most people call it other things. They don't call it relaxation. They call it boring. I was like, this is boring. Let's go do something. This is boring.
Well, I mean, I thought it was nice. I love relaxing.
I know. Yeah, can you tell?
Even if it's only like an hour at the end of the night, like just watching a TV show. It's just nice to not be moving around. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, let's go, let's keep going, let's do this, let's do that. Oh, it's time!
Calm down.
So, what's up? I think we can turn off the timer. That's probably the first thing. So relaxed. All right, anyway, so relaxation is one of those things that people don't do. People don't understand that the recovery is where all of the magic happens. Recovery is where you get stronger. Recovery is where you lose fat. Recovery is where you gain strength. Recovery is, I just said that one, where you gain muscle. Recovery is where all the things that you want to happen within your health, within your body, within your life, they all happen in the recovery portions. They don't happen while you're in the gym. They don't happen while you're eating. They don't happen. They all of them, 100% of them, happen while you're in the recovery phase of away from exercise, away from nutrition, and away from the mindset stuff. Okay, like of course this is kind of a Venn diagram, so it's not like completely separated. But so like, how did you figure out? Like, are you just naturally good at relaxing? I've never even asked this question before. Are you just naturally good at?
I used to be really lazy and I got good at it.
See, like that's another, like people put, this is kind of a mindset thing, but like not to pick on Rachel's words, but I'm going to pick on your words.
Okay.
But like she's not lazy, she's relaxing. Like a lot of people like to call it this kind of stuff. They like to call it boredom. They like to call it lazy.
Well, it's usually at the
you're not motivated, you're lazy, you're boring. It's like, no, you're not. You're relaxing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing.
Well, it's like usually at the end of a long work day, which is like running around crazy. You have to be super focused, and then all of a sudden you're just like able to put your feet up and like you can shut your brain off and just like kind of be like stop doing and just be in the moment and like hang out and just like casually talk or watch a movie or listen to music or whatever it is that you enjoy to do in your free time. That's a good way to start.
A good way to start is just by indulging in what you like to do.
Yeah, well, and even if it's like,
like,
I mean, hiking might be somebody's relaxing time, but like really it's like, it depends on what you like. Like some people like to go and, I don't know, paint at the end of the night. Like you kind of just don't, like some people who like to paint, it doesn't take a lot of mental effort to do that. It's something that they enjoy. They're putting it into painting, or I don't know, it's just things like that you don't really have to find a whole lot of energy to do.
Why do you suppose it is that people put such a label on these things instead of just calling them what you just said? Why do they call it you call it like you used to be lazy? Well, you didn't used to be lazy. You were just good at relaxing. But like a lot of people want to call it lazy. A lot of people want to call it boredom. A lot of people want to call it not motivated, apathetic. You know, like I don't know. You guys got any other words for it? Yeah, you hear any other words? Want to know like what words? Like why do you suppose people put labels on that instead of just call it, oh, they're relaxing?
Because I don't know. Your parents probably told you you're being lazy. I don't know, when like you're in high school and you have nothing better to do and you don't have a job, like it kind of just becomes the norm. But like at some point, like you need to just come home and just unwind, because I mean it's for your sanity, really.
Yeah. No, I completely agree on that.
Come home and make phone calls and like be writing things down and cleaning and all that stuff that goes along with, like... You
guys don't know, she's just describing me when I come home right there. Like, can you get off of your phone? Can you stop making calls? Can you settle down for 2 seconds?
Usually when I come home, like by the time we're sitting down relaxed at the end of the night after we've eaten dinner and everything, I don't like to be on my phone at all. Like...
Do you think that that's something? Do you think like just getting it, like putting it in another room, like getting rid of this device?
Well, I know
has something to do with the relaxation thing.
Nobody has anything to say that's like urgent. Like I urgently need your attention. Like I'll look at it before I go to bed and see if anybody's trying to get a hold of me. But I'm not like sitting there. Like I see that people are sending me messages.
Yeah, like urgently.
Or like things are going on, but like I'm not actively on my phone and like worried about what's going on. It's a distraction from your relaxing time.
Yeah. It's from your relaxing time?
Yeah.
Just get there and relax? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And like making your place of relaxation like a sanctuary, like kind of like, the nice temperature and like...
What was that girl's name?
Couch.
What was the book that you read? The girl that liked to hug her clothes or whatever it was. That goofy shit.
Tidy Up. It's like that Japanese girl who wrote the Tidy book. She like gets like pleasure from
this
having everything in its place and like saying goodnight to her clothes and like thanking them for the day and everything they did for her.
Rach read this book where this lady, this girl, anyway, she's Asian, so it got translated to English, and I think some stuff kind of got lost in translation, but Rachel would like read me certain parts or have me read certain parts, and it was things like she would come home and she would change her clothes, and then she would like hug her clothes and say how much she appreciated their work that day and stuff like that. I
think that's exactly what she did. Like she really wanted to give that back to the clothes.
But some of the stuff that she did say was like that right there, like to be like showing gratitude was a good thing, and then like having like your space be your space and be appreciative of that space and make it like your little sanctuary where it's separate from the outside world, sort of thing, is how I understood it in the book anyway.
Yeah.
From the little bit I read. But I mean, you guys can hug your t-shirts if you want. At the end of the day, do you hug your t-shirts now?
No.
You don't hug your clothes when you go to bed?
No, I mean, they know that I love them. I don't think I need to say it out loud.
Maybe, what if they don't know?
That's fine. They can deal with it.
They'll be okay?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I don't know.
But how do you know?
I don't know.
Anyway, so relaxation, massive importance. In talking with somebody that like that's probably the biggest lesson that I think I've learned from you in the time that we've been together is being able to relax. Because like, I mean, before this, like I just go, and I've always had a tremendous amount of energy, and I do think that you should definitely embrace that energy and go with that and make sure that you
there's a time
that you
and
indulge
place.
in that. However, there's a time and place where you also have to sleep, you also have to recover, you also have to relax.
Otherwise, you're just gonna hit a wall, and like that's what the napping thing.
You should hit that goddamn wall, though.
I know
you should hit it at 100 miles an hour.
But like, it can come at inconvenient times, like when you have something to do and you have to like be all in. Like if you are lacking sleep or if you're lacking relaxation, then it's gonna come at an inconvenient time. So like, I don't know, the napping thing is kind of hard for me because I used to be a huge fan of naps. But then, like, I noticed that I wasn't doing it at the same time every day or, like, after I take a nap.
Yeah.
Like, I would call it, oh, I'm going to go relax and then take, like, a 15-minute nap. But it would never be a 15-minute nap. It'd be, like, a 45-minute nap. And then I'd wake up and I'd be, like, kind of groggy for another hour or two.
Yeah.
But now, if I go to bed at the same time, I can get up at the same time and I don't need a nap during the day. It kind of eats up the middle.
Yeah.
Of your day.
I've done the nap thing before. I've experimented with it before. I really like it from a lot of different standpoints, but
there are like
I get to the point where I'm so exhausted.
You do like just need it like a 15-minute like just zone out like nap.
Yeah. I find that if I go full asleep though, that I have trouble getting back up. So that's when I use the meditation stuff. Meditation has been a huge thing for me in the relaxation department. Yeah. So what you guys don't know, at the end of the night, I come home like this, like I come home like wound up, like ready to go, like roaring, right? So I have to go space myself away and meditate for a little bit so that I can come back to that, level playing field. Because right now, like you can tell, this is kind of Rachel's state. Like she's just kind of like always, like really mellow and going along and kind of loves everybody and everybody loves Rachael. And then there's me, and so like she's got to deal with that, right? Like how? I don't know. How do you stay relaxed in the face of?
Maybe I tone down to like balance it out.
Because like I'm like a traffic jam.
I can be that too.
Going at 100 miles an hour.
It's just
and you're like this peaceful stream.
If I'm like that at all times, like I'm just kind of missing out when I do need
this is good
energy.
This is a good cup. This is a good cup.
Thanks. Oh wait, there.
Rachel's got this theory that if you look at the elbow, you have a perfect 5 every time. I don't know if it's accurate. You guys can tell me. But what do you think? Like top principle on being able to relax is like if you could give you could go back in time to when we first met. When did we meet? In 2008, and you're like, Adam, you don't relax. What would you have told me? And if I was like, hey, how do you relax so well? What would you have told me? Knowing what you know now. Not knowing what you know then.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't feel guilty about relaxing.
Why would I feel guilty about relaxing?
I think some people do because they have so much to do. And they're trying to pack it all into their day.
Is that kind of getting into that lazy stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
So is lazy kind of wrapped in with the whole guilt thing?
Yeah, it's just like when you're not doing anything and like you have all this stuff to do, then you kind of feel guilty. But like really you're robbing yourself of that time that's like, it's like me time. It's like I'm going to wind down and do exactly what I want to do in this moment. It could be taking a nap, or it could be like maybe cooking a meal or painting or something like that. Like some people relax in different ways. Yeah. It's not always like, oh, let's take our shoes off and watch a movie and just cuddle up on the couch.
Yeah,
that's what I like. I like just watching a movie.
What Rach says is that she's really good at doing nothing.
It's my hidden talent.
That is a hidden talent, though. Like most people can't do nothing.
I didn't realize it was like.
And really, you can't do like you're always going to be doing something. Like you're even if you did nothing, you're still turning oxygen into carbon dioxide. But like people try to say that like, oh, I'm really good at doing nothing. Oh, I'm really good at being boring. I'm a really lazy, apathetic person. No, you're not. You're relaxing.
Because when I'm at work, I'm constantly moving. There's no standing around.
That is accurate.
I never sit.
No.
So it's just go, 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 go. So then at the end of the night, that's all I want to do. Just want to sit and be.
Yeah.
And not have to like interact with 7 different people at one time.
I think you do a really good job of shutting off at the right time too. Like I don't do that. Like when I hit the wall that I don't think exists. Like I think you kind of hit like a point where you're kind of hitting into a wall and you're not able to push that. But like I just keep on trying to hit the wall and keep on hitting the wall and keep on hitting the wall, even though I might only be moving that wall, you know, 1/8 of an inch, but I just keep on hitting it. Whereas if I just went to sleep and took some time to relax, I might be able to come back and push that thing 8 feet in one quick push. But I just keep on hitting it until I pass out.
Well, you don't want to pass out.
You don't do that.
No.
You shut off and go away to come back stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's some of your principles? What would you have told me?
Well, what I just told you. What's something that you like to do that doesn't require you to, like, I don't know, like something that you just enjoy to do just because, like, I don't know.
I have nothing like, well, like, I kind of,
I'm trying to think what you really like to do.
I just
really like to work.
Yeah, I love it.
But like
you
I also like watching movies with me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like watching movies with you very much. But that was like a learned thing, because like she would want to watch a movie. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We got shit to do.
You can do shit.
I said that really crude, but that's kind of how it came into my mind back then. I don't think I said it out loud, but I was like, what do you mean? I got stuff to do.
Yeah, it's not like, I mean, some people like to go out.
But I I really enjoy work to a certain extent. It's like what I do, but like it's very adult, like it's very institutionalized.
That's your comfort zone, though.
It's
not
very
like
much a state of doing. No, it's not relaxing at all. But like to me, like I want to work. Like I want to be on a level that it like is insane. I want people to look at me and be like, how in the world like does he get that much done? Like I want it to be like I'm on another universe from other people. I want it to be like my competitors look at me and are like, well, we got to give up. There's no way that we can compete with that guy.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to work in the movie time.
The movie time. Yeah, I think you really do, especially if you want to have a relationship at some point.
Yeah, and then some people have, like, when they get home, they have kids, and they want to spend time with their kids. So,
yeah,
I mean,
get that. I'm kidding.
But, I mean, it's when you have a family, there's more people to think about than just yourself. You have to remember that, like, things need to...
Sure.
There are times when things do need to get done, and you probably won't be able to relax, but, like, just even sometimes 15 minutes of just sitting there, like taking a bubble bath.
Yeah. Actually, some of my friends on Facebook, those are the posts of theirs that I find the funniest is when they're like,
screw my kids.
Yeah, it's so funny when they say they'll always start out with like, I love my kids, but, and then they'll write in this thing like, when I hear them wake up from their nap and then go back to sleep, it's like the most blissful next 5 minutes of my day.
Which is awesome because they're being completely honest. Like, you shouldn't be ashamed that you hate your kids sometimes. I mean, I've never had kids, but I had little sisters that were like at that age where it's just like sometimes they're just assholes.
Your sisters are like, they're like 15 or 16.
I know, but like
you actually had a pretty good perspective.
So I babysat pretty much my entire adolescence. So I was there for a lot of that, and I know that kids can be jerks. Like, they're not gonna care if they're waking you up from your nap or if you have errands to run. Like, if something needs to be done, they have to be a priority, and that sometimes takes over relaxation, and like you forget that you have to take care of yourself as well to take care of them.
And a lot of the stuff that we're actually talking about around the relaxation topic is about being childlike. If you listen to children, they are the best communicators. Like, kids just tell you what they want. Like, especially babies, they're like, they just start like I'm hungry, and they just start crying bloody murder until they get what they want. And their diaper is a little uncomfortable. They just start crying bloody murder until it's like, you know, you think it's like Carrie and shit's gonna start flying off of the walls. And no, they're just like, hey,
This is what I need.
Servant, come, take care of me.
Change me.
But kids are amazing. They're so childlike. And what we're really talking about is a state of being. How do you get into a state of being versus a state of doing? Like Rach, extremely good about being in that state of being. Very Eastern style, very feng shui of her. Me, I'm like a bull in a china closet.
Oh, it's awful. I've never heard that.
Actually, they did on MythBusters. They put a bull in a china closet in a china store with like plates and stuff, and it was amazingly nimble. It knocked over very little thing, like very few things. It was fun to watch. If you guys are into watching that show, I like MythBusters when it was on, and this is like clear back in college. I don't know if that show's still on anymore or not, but this is the last time that I watched TV shows was in college. But Rach, extremely good about being in that state of being. Adam, extremely good about being in that state of doing. So where do you match them up? Like
we're probably the extreme versions of
yeah,
relaxation and non-relaxation. So it kind of balances out.
And put this in perspective, guys. We've talked a little bit about the personality types on here. If you guys have been in for any of those shows, so KWML, Rach is a lover poet. I'm a warrior. Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFP. Rachael is an INFJ. What are some of the other ones did you do the disc?
No.
Strengths Finder, we're quite a bit different on there. Mine is like achiever, command. I think ideation was two that we had in common. But typically in relationships, opposites attract, but commonalities sustain. Opposites don't usually stay together very well. So it's been a little bit of a course in acceptance, lots of learning for us, and that was one of the things, because like when you deal with a freak like me, like I mean, like there's got to be a lot of learning anyway. So like interesting point, when we first started doing this, I was like, hey, we're gonna get a relationship coach. And she's like, what the? She's like, what are you talking about? Like, we haven't even officially said that we are like together. And I was like, I don't care.
But I didn't argue. I was like,
we're gonna get a relationship. We're gonna go to a marriage counselor. She's like, she's like, what? And you guys gotta realize this is like 3 months in. This is like we've been hanging out for like 3 months. Like, just kind of wild.
Yeah, this is like basically went on like maybe 5 dates. And I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so...
I know you're weird, but seriously?
Oh, out there, yeah. But I didn't want a normal life. I have no interest in a normal life, you know? Like, a normal life just, like, sounds boring and... there goes that boring word again. But boring, like, it just sounds awful. Like, it just sounds terrible. But what's he gonna say? Beautiful people. Actually, you don't know this, but the last time, I got so many comments and direct messages... or not a ton of direct messages, but a lot of people that would tell me to my face how much I overkicked my coverage here. Like,
what does that mean?
It means you like overkicked my coverage, like I'm out of my league.
Oh God.
Astronomically more attractive than I, like that kind of stuff. There's a lot of jokes that have happened around that too. Like somebody thought that she was really young, someone thought that I was really old, and that we were like 20 years apart in age when we're actually only 2. There was a waiter that didn't bring us that didn't think we were together, so he brought us different checks. Our groceries got separated by the cashier one time, and I was like, get out of here! Like, what the hell? It's just funny.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know. Now you get to see her blush. How you doing?
Fine.
But relaxation, extremely important. Anything else that you want to tell them about relaxation?
Just make time for it. Even if it's like 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Just shut yourself out from all the chaos of the day.
What do you do in your 10 minutes?
I'd probably, like, sometimes...
Yours changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I find little times during the day all the time. Like, even, like, when I'm about to go to bed and you're just, like, kind of laying there and you just kind of... Or in the shower, you get to, like, be in your own thoughts. Like, it's just like a quiet time. Like, it's only for you.
So you're saying, like, take advantage at any moment that you can.
Take advantage of the little moments instead of, like, stressing about, like, instead of, like, having the mindset of, like, stress, like, oh my God, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. Like, don't, like, shut that off if you can. You'll be able to sleep better. Like, especially in the, like, right before you go to bed. The biggest thing that has, like, changed my sleep is not worrying about all that little shit you need to do the next day. Stop making, like, a list of, oh, this is what I need to do, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, even, like, just thinking of a narrative in your head, and, like, that's what you're gonna start dreaming about. Do you want to be dreaming about, like, awful stuff like work and stressful things that you need to do the next day? No, like, you can basically create what your dreams are going to be about. And I used to do that. I used to worry about what's going to happen the next day, and then my dreams and my sleep were just awful. It wasn't fun. It was harder to get to sleep too, because I'd wake up in a panic. But yeah, I just kind of learned to, like, block it out, push it to the side. Then right when I wake up, I can get on it.
Yeah. What you guys don't know is that she also wakes up just, like, happy. I don't know how to explain that, but like I wake up about 2 or 3 hours, 3 hours before Rach, and I'll walk back into the room, and she'll just be smiley, just like smile. And I'm like, oh my God, like when I get up, I'm just like get out of my way, I'm tired. Like she just wakes up like, yeah, like basically, and she just wakes up so happy, and and one time I asked her, I was like, how do you do that? And she goes, well, I got 2 choices. I was like, oh, well, yeah.
It's either brown or happy.
Is that?
I guess.
You're such a
That's I don't, like, think about it like that.
I know.
I don't like, well, is this gonna suck or is this gonna be awesome? It's just like,
that's not
putting a smile on your face makes you more happy.
Yeah.
Like, walking around, like,
well, that's first thing in the day.
It's gonna make everybody else more mopey. You're gonna be mopey. Yeah.
And that's first thing of the day too. Like,
it's contagious.
It's a first win. It's just like not hitting that snooze button. Like, you hit that snooze button, you lose. That's your first loss. Like, you wake up in the morning, you put a smile on your face. Like, I don't think I have a scowl, but I'm not mad, but I'm not awake for like a half an hour. So
yeah,
it takes me a while. Any other big profound thoughts on relaxation before we sign off?
Not that I can think of quite yet. Maybe I'll think of them later.
All right, can you guys do me a favor? Can you write in the comment section below if Ray should come back on the show next Tuesday? If this should become a regular thing? Oh, look at that! Look at that! We're getting look. They're saying that you should come back on the show, and look at her. This is what she does. She hasn't said stop yet, but she just goes stop it like that. I kind of did a Christian Bale Batman voice there for her. I don't know, but not wearing hockey pants.
All right.
No, but yeah. Comment below if you want to see Rach come on the show next Tuesday, make more coffee, talk more about something else. Put it in the comment section below. But otherwise, we're going to sign off, guys. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. If you guys can take the time, please click the share button and send this out to everybody that you know. Obscurity is our biggest thing, so we're trying to put out a really good message for the world on health. Health is your #1 resource that you possibly have. You have to take care of it, and that's your exercise, your nutrition, your mindset, and your recovery. Most of us acknowledge 2 of those and greatly disregard the other 2, but nice job.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. I think we have a couple interviews this week. See you tomorrow. Thanks.